Hello, everyone. Elbert Dugdale here. I want to thank you for coming to my website to learn more about us. I talked a little bit about who I am and the things that I do on the homepage, and this is the About Us page with the video that talks a little bit more in depth about who I am. And I would just wanted to go through some images that I took to explain a little bit about who I am and where I came from. So without further ado, uh, I'm sure everybody has seen this image before. This image happens to be the Statue of Liberty. I'm sure you guys figured that out. So in my journeys as a truck driver, I drove truck before I started doing the things that I do now as a SME or subject matter expert in the things that I do online to help other businesses. I was a trucker, a truck driver. For 18 years, I drove up and down the interstate, coast to coast, visiting, all kinds of different places. And I thank God that He allowed me to see the countryside. So there are so many beautiful things happening in the country and some amazing things that I've seen. And I got to see the countryside and I got paid to do it. Not a lot of people have that opportunity or get to see, the world God created. Of course, I didn't see the whole world, obviously, but I got to travel all over the United States in a big rig, 18-wheeler, for 18 years, and I've seen a lot of things, and I thank God for that. I got to see the country and the things that God created, and it just really touches my heart for everything that I got to see in the time He gave me. But I finally got to the point where I just had to hang up the steering wheel and say I'm done with it. And there's some important reasons why I made that decision. The first and most important reason was I felt that I just wasn't called to do that no more. And the reason I felt that way is because I had a couple accidents. And I could have easily killed somebody in both those two accidents. And I don't have to get into the detail about that, but it kind of scared me into saying, you know what, I think this is probably enough, and I don't want to do this no more. Because what if I kill somebody? I don't want to be the reason of somebody's death. I'm driving an 18-wheeler, and it's really hard to get this truck to stop. And I could easily plow over somebody and take their life with this big rig. And it's an accident. It's, never intending for me to do it, but it could happen. And I just really got scared after the second accident. I finally started questioning, Lord, are you trying to tell me something? Do I have to quit? Is that what you're trying to tell me, that I should stop trucking because of this? So I finally came to the realization, you know what? I've been doing this for 18 years, and for the last 18 years, I missed all the birthday parties, family get-togethers. I missed a lot of, Christmases and New Year's and Thanksgivings and, birthdays and all the important dates, that are important for families. I was missing a whole lot of them because I was always gone over the road driving truck. And I finally come to my senses. I'm like, Lord, I don't believe that this is what you want for my life. I miss my family. I want to be with them all the time. And I've heard so many war stories from several different truckers saying, you know what, I lost my family, and, my wife left me when I was gone over the road. She went with this other guy. And I heard a lot of different truckers tell me that. Being on the road, you talk to a lot of different truckers, CB talk, and when you stop at the truck stop, and, get-togethers inside the restaurant if there's a restaurant there. And, I finally started feeling it and saying, I don't want to lose my family either, because it's not that my wife would ever leave me, but I really felt the pain. And I'm like, Lord, I don't want to do this no more. I had a couple different accidents. I could have killed somebody in those two accidents. And I really miss my family. I need to make a change. I don't want to do this no more. So I was like, Lord, please open the door for me somewhere else. So the Lord gave me the idea, I believe, in the computer field. So I've always been fascinated with computer, IT, information technology type stuff. Ever since the first e-machines came out way back when, I think it was early 90s, late 80s or something like that. Anyhow, I really got fascinated with things that had to do with computers, and I got into everything that had to do with hardware. So I got to the point where I was able to actually build my own machine. Well, I had somebody build it for me, but we discussed all the parts and pieces that were supposed to go inside of it. I was so intrigued with computers. So, with the help of a friend, we were able to put my first computer together, and that computer lasted a really long time. And I really enjoyed configuring things and pulling things out and putting things back in. So that's what I did. For a while, I started thinking to myself, maybe that's what I should get into. Maybe I should get into something I really like. I really love computers. So, there come one time in my trucking career where I ended up getting hurt on the job, and I lost a disc in my back on a move job. I got hurt, and I couldn't work. So I was on workman's comp for a while, and I wasn't able to work because of that injury to my back. And I decided, I'm going to go to ITT Tech and study computer electronics engineering so that I could get into this, because I don't want to do this trucking thing no more. Maybe this will be my, my switch, and maybe this will, I'll make enough money doing this to support my family. So I started going to ITT Tech. So here I am. I'm learning by leaps and bounds. I'm passing all the course material, and I'm getting nothing but A's and B's in all the course material and everything. We finally get to the math portion of it. And, I'm supposed to know Einstein theory, trigonometry, geometry, calculus, all that crazy math stuff that I just don't understand. And I don't have that kind of mind to learn all that stuff. And I'm like, well, I started failing in the math part. And, I talked with the instructor, and I'm like, I don't understand all this math stuff. What do I do? I need to pass this class. And he goes, well, you could always hire a private tutor, but you know what? I wasn't working. I only had so much money coming in. I couldn't hire a private tutor. And I'm like, I can't afford that. And he goes, well, that's the only way you're going to be able to pass this. You need to figure out what you're going to do. And I'm like, well, I finally decided, well, I'm going to have to stop going because I can't afford to get a private tutor, and I can't pass the math part. I've already tried a couple times, and I'm like, shoot, now I'm going to have to stop this. So that's what I did. I stopped it, but I still had that computer bug. I still wanted to do things that had to do with computers. So I get back into the trucking industry, and I was in the trucking industry when I got hurt, but I was what they call a bed bugger, as well as a coast-to-coast truck driver with United Van Lines. But I also had to work, hands-on, and I ended up getting hurt. Even though I was driving coast-to-coast, I also had to touch the product, and I got hurt. So I'm like, well, I can't do that no more, but maybe I could get a job as just hauling freight and no-touch products. So that's what I did. I found a job, no-touch freight, and that's what I did for the rest of my career in trucking, no-touch freight. And, driving all kinds of different vehicles and all kinds of different types of freight I hauled, box truck freight, refrigerated freight, just regular van, double vans, flatbed work, double box trailers working out in the field and stuff like that. So let me go ahead and go through some of these pictures so you can see some of the stuff that I done. Where's the continue button? So, okay, here it is down here. So I got to see this. You know where this is at. This is in New York. So I made it to New York. I got to see this pretty close up. Here it is. Here's a double box truck while I was working in the fields pulling beets and potatoes out of the field. We'd load up these boxes, and I'd go up on this platform and load these boxes up with product and take it to a platform and empty it out where it goes up this conveyor belt and so on. So anyhow, Jay McClaslin, I ended up hurting my finger there too, but I still kept working. I actually had a partial amputation. If you could see this, I had a Band-Aid on my finger here that day. Anyhow, I got hurt, but I kept on working, and that's one of the jobs that I had. Here's another one. I was driving down the interstate, This is Interstate 84. I'm traveling westbound, and in the eastbound lane on the shoulder, there's these soapbox derby going on. And I'm like, oh wow. So I pulled over on the shoulder. You can see where the line is down here. I'm on the shoulder, and I'm like, I gotta get some pictures of this. So I'm waiting for this guy in the soapbox derby. I'm waving at him and everything. He's looking right at me. I don't know if you can see that, but he's looking right at me. He eventually waved at me. And I was just like blown away, like, wow, these guys on the, on the shoulder of the interstate, these guys are having a soapbox derby. And I got to see this. This is here on Highway 84 here in Oregon. I was headed back home. So here's another one. I got this one while I was driving, another soapbox. And these for hours, these soapbox kept going by. Soapbox after soapbox after soapbox went by me as I was going down the road, but I couldn't sit on the shoulder to get all the pictures. So I took this one while I was driving. And then here's a couple more. You can see I was driving in the hammer lane. I'm up against the shoulder here. You can see that they're on the shoulder over here, racing down the interstate. This is near, I can't remember exactly where. There's a truck stop. Oh, the Pilot truck stop. Yeah, I can't remember what exit that is, but I seen these guys here, and I just wanted to share that with you. So these are some of the things that I seen while I was driving the truck. I have so many more pictures. If you go to my Facebook profile, Elbert Dugdale, you can pull up some of the pictures of some of the things that I've seen while I was over the road. And I took a whole lot of pictures, and you can browse through them and see all kinds of really neat and really kind of crazy stuff. So I've done that, drove a truck for 18 years, like I said, and I got into internet marketing. And I've been doing internet marketing now for several years. I don't remember how many. I'm sure it's over 4 years or so. I don't really keep track of time like that. But I do want you to know that I'm exclusive to the contractor niche. I serve nothing but contractors. I love working with contractors because, I used to be in the construction industry myself. And I feel being niche exclusive helps me become more of a subject matter expert in my field and my craft. And I've gotten really good at getting phone calls to ring. So I'm sure you've seen the video on the homepage that talks about some of the phone calls that I've got coming in that go to one of my contractors. And that's the kind of work I like to do. I generate phone calls for your business to help you scale your business. So I do growth hacking. And you could type in the Google growth hacking and figure out what that means. Go to Wikipedia, and it explains exactly the type of stuff that I do. So my goal is to help grow your business. That's the most important thing for me. So I like delivering an ROI. So when you join up with me, you sign up below on the Calendly form, and set aside an appointment to meet with me, and we could talk, and I could go through your website and give you a free audit, and help you understand what your competition's doing, and kind of mimic some of the stuff they're doing, and doing some of my own original stuff. I would love more than anything to help your business out. And there's only one qualification: you got to be a Christian. I can't work with other business owners that are non-Christians because I've already tried doing that, and it ended up in disaster. And I don't need to go into details on that, but I can't work with people that are non-Christians. So my belief is that when somebody signs up with me, it becomes a partnership. We become partners. I share everything with you, and I tell you everything that I believe that your business needs to start doing as a partnership, okay? As friends and partners. And I can't become a partner with anybody unless they're a born-again believer, and I shared a little bit about that on the homepage video of who I am. So this video is sitting on the About Us page, and I felt that it's important for me to describe a little bit more about who you're actually going to be working with. And I'm committed to your success. I want to make sure that every single month you get all your money back that you invest with me. So whatever number we decide that you're going to spend to start generating phone calls for your business the same month, whatever package you choose will determine your success. So I try to tell people and explain to them, you get what you pay for. Okay, so if you put in X amount of money, you're going to get X amount of money back in return. So, and depending on how much you spend will determine how much you get in return. And there's some people out there that, you know, God bless their heart, I understand where they're at. They might not have the money, but they have this fear factor that if I give you this money, how do I know for sure that this is going to happen? Well, I'm telling you, I put my word behind it. If I say I'm going to do something, I do it. So all you got to do is go to the reviews that I have, that I showed a little bit on the homepage video. People reviewed me, and you could see some of the stuff they've said about me. I'm not the kind of person that's going to burn you. I never have, and I never will. I'm a truthful, God-fearing man, and I do the things that are pleasing in God's eyes. So you're going to have to trust me that I will deliver on exactly what I say I deliver on. And just looking at my character, that should tell you the type of person I am. Go ahead and listen to my testimonial video about how I beat 25 to life. You could find that on the 25 to life page, which has a link at the bottom underneath the video from the homepage. I'll put the link underneath this video too, so that you can go directly to that page and listen to my testimonial about the power of God and how He changed my life and the things that I do. And you know, I hope you're blessed and we could become partners and you become blessed by the things that I do for your business with growth hacking and all the stuff that I do. Thank you for coming to my About Us page to listen a little bit more about who I am and who you're going to be working with if you decide to actually sign on. So go ahead and go below the video there and pick a certain time slot to meet with me so we can talk about your business goals and the current marketing plan that you have and what I could do to improve on the current marketing plan, because that's all I want to do. I just want to improve on what you're doing now. You know, and I know for certain that I could improve on any marketing plan that's out there today. So go ahead and click the link below and find out more and set aside an appointment with me. Get to meet me and let's talk business and let's get you the leads that you desire to have, and let's start growth hacking your business. Okay? Thanks for stopping by. Looking forward to talking to you. God bless you and have a great day. Bye.